The cadet stood in the middle of the training hall, silent, unmoving, her gray uniform marked with the insignia of Earth's Colonial Academy. Around her, the alien recruits of the Interstellar Legion watched with the bored amusement of predators observing prey. To them, she was a curiosity, a human, one of the Deathworlders, as they mockingly called her kind. The term had started as a scientific classification for planets so hostile that only the most resilient life could survive. But in military academies like this one, it had become a joke. The instructor, a hulking reptilian named Krothgor, flexed his scaled arms and smirked. "Human," he rumbled, voice echoing across the chamber, "you will spar with me. Let us see if the legends of your brutal world hold any truth." The cadet nodded once. "Sir, with respect, I advise you not to make physical contact." Laughter erupted from the crowd. Krothgor's tail thumped against the metal floor. "You advise me? I have fought in 13 campaigns. You have survived, whether." The cadet didn't respond. She simply took off her jacket, revealing the dense muscle tone earned from years of gravity 2 times that of most civilized worlds. Her movements were calm, controlled, almost detached. When the signal horn blared, Krothgor lunged. To the observers, it was over in less than a second. The alien's claws swiped where she had been, but she was no longer there. Her right foot pivoted, body turning like a coiled spring releasing. One strike. Open palm. Center mass. The sound was like metal cracking. Krothgor staggered back, eyes wide with disbelief as the air left his lungs in a strangled gasp. The cadet's hand had left a perfect, blood-dark imprint across his chest plate. He tried to recover, but his knees buckled. His 400-pound frame crashed onto the floor with a thunderous impact. Silence fell over the room. The cadet stepped back, expression unreadable. "I warned you," she said softly. The other recruits stared. The avian trainee's feathers puffed in alarm, the insectoids clicked nervously. Even the instructor's assistants hesitated to approach. "Get medical," Krothgor wheezed, but his voice was weak. His chest convulsed with every breath, several of his ribs had shattered inward. One of the medtechs rushed in, scanning him with trembling claws. "Internal bleeding. Severe trauma. What kind of weapon did she use?" "She didn't," the cadet replied, her tone even. "That was a controlled strike. Minimal force." The medtech froze. "Minimal?" Admiral Varric, who had been observing the session from the upper balcony, finally stood. His pale, crystalline skin glimmered in the light as his voice boomed over the hall speakers. "Cadet, identify yourself." "Cadet Arya Vance, Earth Colonial Academy, Deathworld designation, Sol 3. "Deathworld," Varric repeated slowly, as if tasting the word. "I've heard the legends. You humans evolved among predators, toxic flora, and gravitational extremes. But surely we evolved because of them, sir." Arya met his gaze without flinching. "Our world didn't care if we lived. So we learned to make the universe care." The silence deepened. Krothgor, still conscious but groaning, looked up from the floor with eyes full of something new, not anger, but fear. Varric's crystalline fingers tapped the rail thoughtfully. "You warned him," he said. "Yes, sir. They always ignore the warnings." Later that night, rumors spread like wildfire through the academy. Whispers about the Deathworlder who floored a veteran instructor with a single strike. Some called it luck. Others called it impossible. But those who had seen it firsthand knew better. They spoke of her calm before the fight, the precision of her movement, the look in her eyes, like a storm contained within flesh. By the next day, training schedules had quietly changed. No one volunteered to spar with Cadet Arya Vance anymore. Krothgor survived, though his pride didn't. When asked what happened, he gave a single answer before turning away. "She warned me," he said hoarsely. "And I didn't listen."